this?
No, what's up, guys? Lily Gaming and Liberty.
Hello.
I don't know why I'm talking weird. Let's just start this Halloween special game. I downloaded this in like July, but it's spoopy time now, so let's start.
4 days till Halloween, woot woot.
I have no idea what this game is about, by the way.
The sound of our steps, combined with that of the occasional nocturnal animals, is the only thing we can hear. It's terribly dark in this place. The dense vegetation makes it impossible to see the sky or light from the moon. Our flashlights are the only thing that lights up our way. At times like this, one begs to not run out of battery. We walk without knowing what we are really looking for, or better said, for no reason. We are just a group of boys bored with our lives.
Excuse me? Did you just assume my gender?
Trying to create a lasting memory on this night, instead of just staying home doing nothing.
I wish I was doing that.
Today is October 31st, All Hallows Eve, better known as Halloween.
Wouldn't Hallows Eve be the night before Halloween?
No, it is Halloween. There was some other holiday that was November 1st. And so it's the eve of that.
But we've just kept the even throughout the holiday.
3 young men.
3 walk through a dark, through a dark. It literally says through a dark. But up until now, nothing special forest, me being one of them. What?
Oh, 3 young men walk through a dark, but up until now, nothing special forest. Me being one of them.
I still don't get it. Is this just bad grammar?
I think there should be a comma in there somewhere, but I don't know.
Yeah, I think this was in my recommended tabs, not as like a popular game. I don't think it's like made by any credible developer, so that's probably why it's got
It was
like
probably
grammar
made by
errors.
that tree.
I'm pretty sure this is a stock image. We are doing it to prove our courage. It's too bad there isn't a girl here to see how brave we are. I'm pretty sure there are girls, so this is probably just like one of those ironic things like, oh, there's no girls here. Girls magically show up. Seeing it like that, one could say this is a meaningless effort. For a moment, I stopped to look at my watch. It's 1:49 a.m. Isn't that? I'm pretty sure that's an I-49.
I don't know.
I mean, we have been walking aimlessly for more than 2 hours. How are you not lost?
Maybe they are.
I am sure that many people would find a place like this terrifying. Also, sorry guys, my throat's sore, so if I sound really dead inside, that's my throat. But I am as well. My throat's just dying right now. But once you get used to it, the fear disappears, making it feel like normal. What makes us afraid of the dark is that we cannot know what hides in it, what lurks in the shadows. But this is clearly an empty darkness. At the moment, I sigh, feeling tired. My legs are. What is the point of being here? Clearly we had already demonstrated what we wanted. I have like a good solemn voice, but it's kind of hard to take this seriously when the grammar is so bad. I think since the first option was Spanish, I don't think this person's first language is English, so it's probably translated wrong.
Google Translate.
Yeah, probably. It would be best to return. I should tell them. Is that the proper use of a semicolon?
Who knows? Not me. Fog.
I was about to speak when suddenly the atmosphere in the forest become strange.
There's already fog in the background, but there's just fog over the fog.
Now it just...
There's animated fog over the other fog.
Oh my gosh, animated fog.
I don't think fog really moves. I think it's just like clouds that they put in front of there.
You can't usually tell. I can't, anyway.
Suddenly, a cold chill runs through my body. It was like any other chill, except it was not going away. For no reason, the air's temperature dropped from 1 second to the other.
Wait, what?
Ah.
I think it would be dropped from 1 second to the next. But hey, I didn't write this game.
So much so, my breath becomes visible, turning into mist. How would you tell the mist from the fog? It doesn't end there. The air is now filled with rotten smell, just a little short from being unbearable.
Maybe you should brush your teeth.
Images of worms and flies soon appeared in my mind, giving me a really unpleasant feeling.
Is there a dead body? Are you thinking
What did you eat for lunch?
worms and flies and rotting odor? That sounds like dead corpses. So either he's insane or there's a dead corpse near him.
Or someone forgot to bring out their trash.
Okay.
We all stop at that moment.
Deja vu. Collective deja vu. Wait, no, that's not the right
Trying
word.
so hard not to sing the Naruto theme song.
Why? Oh, they actually have names now. What's happening? I guess I'll be Axel.
Okay.
I ask confused while turning to look at my friends. So Axel's also the one that's like narrating, so I'll be narrator / Axel guy.
Good job.
By the expression on their faces, it was easy to know that they were just as lost as I was. It was then that we heard footsteps nearby that did not come from any of us.
I'm not really trying to do a man voice because at first I didn't know I was doing a man.
So, my name's Axel.
When I hear Axel, all I can think about is that guy from Minecraft Story Mode.
We all got dead quiet after that. I don't know if it was out of fear or to check if it was not a mistake, but we stayed motionless like statues without making noise. Is it just me, or does like the white get more intense as it goes down?
I think
The white
it's because
outlining.
it's a gray and white gradient. So the white looks different against white and gray.
Just looking at each other's faces, wondering the same thing. You forgot a period. What was happening? As if I could know. We heard the same steps again. They clearly belonged to a human, or at least to a large animal. But there is something strange about them.
I bet it's a girl.
Yeah. It sounds as if a person walked, dragging one foot. Just thinking about it made me shiver.
So just because they have a limp, you're gonna make them into like a murderer?
Probably.
Friend, you can be friend.
Darn!
Diddly darn.
Why is this happening? It makes no sense.
We should have returned home before, but now it's too late to regret it.
It's never too late to regret anything. Thank you very much.
I think they meant it was too late to like.
Forget or like
They can't go back now.
to turn back.
I have the feeling that we are all being stalked by someone.
Bum bum bum.
The strange footsteps stop, but I'm still feeling the presence nearby.
Also, I love how they didn't even bother to give the person a name. You're just friend.
I am friend.
I don't know where it is, but I know that it's looking at me. That cursed thing is looking
Cursed.
at me.
You know I can't read. I'm trying to be. I like have a solemn voice, and you're just like.
I can't read sometimes either. I'll forgive you.
Oh, I just realized that you can see my mouse on the recording. I thought you couldn't unless it was up there. But okay, sorry.
Ruined the whole thing.
No, you have to have your mouse there because you have to click.
Oh no. Maybe put it like over the arrow.
Boom.
Boom.
My heart is beating anxiously. Can you press enter to... Yeah, it's almost as if my body was telling me to get out of there. Can you do enter?
Yes, okay,
Yes.
so I'll do that.
No more mouse.
But strangely, my friends seem unable to perceive it.
It seems that it's gone. It must have been just an animal.
Said one of them, convinced that we were safe.
Oh, I'm multiple people.
I would like to believe that too. We had a sigh of relief, however bad luck would soon strike us again.
Yeah, like, they obviously just typed this all out and then just, like, barred it, because, like, the top of the K was still there before it came in.
Yeah.
Unexpectedly, the forest becomes darker than before in just the blink of an eye. But that wasn't the fall of the forest, but of our flashlight, which went out.
How
Should've
unfortunate.
bought extra batteries
All of their flashlights just went out?
at the same time.
Oh, no, there 2 of them.
Of the 3, only one, mine, was still working.
2 of them spontaneously went out.
It was a goat. I mean ghost. Sorry. What's going on? Did the batteries die?
No, you did.
Asked one of them scared, while both of them
Beat them desperately. As if it was going to revive them. Actually, it does sometimes.
Yeah. Maybe the batteries were loose.
Yeah,
From all that fear.
how does beating them actually help them in any way?
It's because sometimes there's like a connection issue.
Oh, yeah.
I can't blame them. The idea of walking in the darkness was not pleasant for anyone. But after a few moments, we had no choice but to resign ourselves to that.
Milk.
Once more, the sound of our footsteps is heard. But the silence is different now. We are not quiet because we have nothing to say, but because we are afraid.
I think there should have been a comma in there. That's
Yeah.
the most terrifying part of this.
No, it's the fact that it's edited bad. No, I'm just kidding. Also the fact that, like, all of these are cut off.
You can see the line between the two, like the photo where it's sliding right there.
Mm-hmm.
We continue walking despite the fear that invades us. Visibility is almost 0, but we have no choice.
I call it. One of them's gonna walk into a tree. And be like, something touched me.
Oh my gosh, I'm gonna die! Wait, it was just a tree, guys.
Everything's
We'll be okay.
whole.
We'll be okay. For now.
I just keep remembering, like, Caxie's animation for last year's, like, Halloween map. And it was, like, a deer and, like, spiral eyes and then creepy stuff.
In theory, we were walking back looking for an exit, but I cannot remember anything of this forest.
So you, well, logically, if you walked in this way, you'd go out the opposite way.
But the fog.
A fog does not keep you from turning 90 degrees.
Clearly, the fog has completely blinded them, and they can't see it all because of the darkness. Logic.
We could be walking in circles and I would never notice it until it is too late.
I'm pretty sure you would know if you were walking in a circular direction versus straight.
How could it be too late? Because, like, you're not gonna go anywhere.
I think he just means till he's back at the beginning.
Nah.
I hate the thought of it. I just want to get out of here. ...
Oh, hold on.
What?
From the, whatever, in the Doki Doki Literature Club.
I haven't gotten to that part yet.
No, it's just whenever there are dots, they just pretend to throw up on, game theory.
Oh.
Suddenly, my thoughts are silenced. We hear the footsteps of someone or something. Once more, the 3 of us become awaiting.
Statues.
Statue. Is that spelled correctly?
I think so.
awaiting the presents to go. I hold my breath while feeling my heart beating anxiously.
That little thing that is there before the rest of the word comes in bothers me.
Yeah.
Watch your mouth. Oh. No, that's me.
That's you!
Oof. Damn. Get away from here and leave us alone. I'm gonna have to put a warning on this video.
It's too intense.
Unexpectedly, the steps are heard closer.
This time, they do not disappear, but rather come at us.
Since it's Halloween, I mean, I guess they're gonna know it's spoopy.
I can't stand it. Desperately, I move my flashlight everywhere looking for the author of those footsteps.
Then again, I mean, technically, that isn't a curse word in any state but the US.
I mean, they have it in Sailor Moon, so it's probably okay.
Yeah, it's probably fine.
Hoping for a light to reveal their identity and erase their fears. Nothing.
Is there... All there is around here just empty air? Well, shouldn't there be trees?
The trees, the fog ate the trees. Oh gosh.
My anxiety grows with each failed attempt. I refuse to believe that it was a ghost.
Failed attempt?
Failed attempt to walk out of the forest. Obviously.
I wouldn't call shining your flashlight an attempt, but okay.
Suddenly, I move the flashlight again, and I see a silhouette.
I swear if this turns into a dating sim.
I could not distinguish what it was, but for a moment, the light revealed something.
I sure hope it does.
Quickly, I pointed the same place, only to discover it was gone. I held my breath anxiously. It was not an illusion. I am sure that I saw something. It was then that I heard something nearby. Without even thinking, I aimed the light towards that place. What I found leaves us paralyzed with an expression of disbelief on our faces. It's a girl.
Oh, no,
It's Artemis!
What? Oh.
Sailor Moon reference.
It's a white cat with eyes of intense red which stands before us. Oh no, it's a cat.
I hope none of them have allergies. Achoo. Just the next line.
Her look is not the friendliest, to say something.
I feel like that helped anxiety though. Like, a cat can't hurt you that much. Look
Lillian.
at the leg is coming out of the middle of its chest.
Someone forgot a line.
Yeah.
This is just gonna turn into an art roasting video.
Somehow I get the feeling it's a female cat.
How would... Okay.
Suddenly, she lets out a thunderous meow and then leaves us terrified.
I just wanted an excuse to use pronouns instead of naming the poor cat.
It sounded more like a lion roaring than a simple cat. The echo of her meow is heard throughout the forest, making it sound more sinister than it should be.
Why do I feel like this is, like, really badly traced art?
Then the cat turns into a cat girl, and then it's a dating sim.
Yeah, probably, to be honest. I think one of the girls has white hair, so it might be the cat.
It was then that suddenly an inexplicable force hits us three.
Oh right, there are 3 of them.
Do they black out?
Does the music
They
change?
just died. You should probably have your headphones on.
The music stopped. Oh, and then there's like a little footstep.
Or no, it was falling.
I fall to the ground, and little by little my eyelids close. The fatigue becomes unbearable.
They just all pass out randomly.
It was the fog.
I lose consciousness on the ground of the forest without knowing what was going to happen with me. Interlude before night falls. What?
Is it a song? It's a home design game! Dang it, I'm leaving.
I don't think so. the music changed to like stockroom. It's a day like any other, so normal that it was almost painful. Is this a flashback? Because it's like gray.
It must be. That scared me.
The only special thing that could be said about it is that today is October 31st. Far where the memories when I was a kid and went out with my friends to ask for sweets from house to house. Just remembering it made me sigh. I feel nostalgic. Some things were better when I was a child, or at least seems like that. There were some who had good costumes, whether superheroes of monsters. My friend and I, on the other hand, had to use our imagination. Creativity was our costume, you could say, no matter how funny it could sound.
That's a really bad costume.
I remember that my mother once painted red my face and told me, "You will be the devil." Painted red my face and told me, "You will be the devil." Okay. The bad grammar and weirdness makes it very not okay. But it seems only she saw it that way. When we went from home to home, everyone said I was the Tomato Man. Tomato Man, Tomato Man. Does whatever a tomato can. But those things didn't matter to me since we always had a good time. If I asked for candy now, even if I had the best costume, I'm sure no one would give me anything.
I still go trick-or-treating.
Except perhaps the scolding for acting like a child when I'm a 17-year-old.
I'm still gonna go trick-or-treating when I'm 17.
Well, I mean, if you're with the younger sibling, it might work.
I'll do anything for free candy. Almost anything for free candy.
But anyway, I can't stay in the past. I must live in the present, no matter how little exciting it may be. Back to reality. We are a group of friends who don't have any plans for today. I think this is like a flashback.
Probably.
We are still not old enough to go to a disco. Isn't
disco?
Okay, so I think this is some like in New Zealand they still call like bars are called a disco.
Mm.
I think it's like that in old America as well, so this is probably set in the past.
Well, now we know for sure that
It's set in the past.
you're not good at English.
Or in New Zealand. But New Zealand's an
Or
American-speaking
maybe both.
country. I don't know. And I doubt guys as us would have any luck in that environment. I don't think they're very popular. The other option would be to go to a party, meet girls, and have fun. Everything perfect, except for no one has invited us. Not being popular, yeah, there it is, has its disadvantages.
Hey Axel, let's have a couple matches. What do you say?
Couple matches of what? My friend Steven called my attention while
I have a
playing with a
name.
game console. Rush. I believe that's what the game is called. A fast and quiet, complicated fighting game for me.
That's not how you write the name of something. It should have quotation marks over it.
This person's first language clearly isn't English. It's fine. I would normally agree to play with him, but for some reason I did not feel in the mood today. I have no desire to play now. I reply with discouragement. I almost feel bad for her doing it.
Boring! Even the AI is no rival for me.
Steve said with confidence. That you're playing on normal difficulty does not help your argument. I don't feel like losing, but if you want, you can challenge to Alfred. I feel like it just feels wrong saying it like that, even though I know that's what I'm reading.
Uh-huh.
Like, I'm not even stuttering it up, it's just, that's the way it says. So, it's Axel, Alfred, and Steve.
Who's next? Batman?
Yeah, probably. So we've got Steve. Wait, I just realized, like, all of these are video game characters. Steve from Minecraft, Axel from Minecraft Story Mode,
Yep.
and Alfred from Batman games.
Every Batman game.
You can be Alfred too.
I don't know how to play that.
Where this room is so small, where are they all sitting? Cause they're obviously not there. Answered Alfred, doubting for a second.
Plot twist, they're all ghosts.
He is sitting behind the PC, but it seems that he isn't doing anything interesting. The screen only shows a lot of text. I think he's on Wikipedia. He's in Wikipedia. Okay, so it's not too far in the past considering they have Wikipedia.
And the interwebs.
Hey, don't you have something more fun to do? I asked with discouragement, without even thinking about what he is reading. Alfred looked to set me surprised. The actual problem of society is that people are not interested in discovering their history. He is one of those... Oh wait, did I read yours on accident?
Yeah.
Oops. He is one of those...
Pseudo-intellectuals.
Okay. Always looking for any rare information to appear smarter than others. I don't think you're gonna find any rare information on Wikipedia.
At least you're not gonna find any accurate information.
Well, actually, most stuff on Wikipedia is accurate now. Because, like, if you put something false on there, it'll get taken down. And if you put, like, more than 3 inaccurate things, you get banned.
Imagine getting banned from Wikipedia.
I know.
When we forget our past mistakes, we are doomed to repeat them.
That sounds like something my Coach Wise would say. I debated saying the history teacher or Coach Wise would say, so... He added later.
What are you talking about? The village is small, and its story is not interesting at all.
They live in a village.
It rhymed.
A village?
I don't know.
A village is like less than 1,000 people.
There are still villages.
Yeah. Well, I mean, not like what you're thinking of, not like they're gonna come at you with pitchforks and think you're a witch, but...
Or not like people that live in huts, but there's still...
No, it's
that in
just
other
called
countries.
a village.
Yep, it's just because of the number of people. Nothing outside of the normal has ever happened in it. Never!
Oh, well, how wrong you are, because this is a Halloween game. Something's gonna go weird.
Stupid Stephen.
Alfred laughs mockingly after hearing that.
You're ignorant. You're can't read. Your ignorance is worthy of praise.
He paused, filling his chest with pride.
The very fact it is a small town is the reason it's full of mysteries. Did you know that 20 years ago, on this date, a man disappeared?
Oh, the most interesting that happened was 20 years ago.
That's you.
So, what about it? I asked with being impressed or even I asked without being impressed or even interested in the least. Things like that happen all the time in all places.
As I thought, you don't know the history despite living in this very place. Alfred's a jerk.
Alfred said while adjusting his glasses and an arrogant gesture. He's just one of those people who actually, like, I mean, I enjoy a good factoid, but
He's just like anime glasses guy.
yeah, that anime glasses cliche thing.
Yeah. There is a legend behind the disappearance. That is what I was reading.
Okay, that's actually kind of cool. I like that kind of creepy stuff. I can respect that. After listening to him, I look back at the computer screen with curiosity. It's then that I notice that it was not Wikipedia, but some other page.
Thank goodness. Come on, read this and learn a little. Idiots.
I don't think legends are exactly history, but okay.
Learn.
Alfred said, inviting us to read what was on the screen. Both Steven and I moved closer to read it. I thought none of you liked this stuff.
Here, have some music.
Ooh, ominous.
Ominous.
Town of Abingdon,
Abingdon.
Oxford
Oxfordshire.
Country, 1994. So if 1994 was, so it was 20 years ago, this would be 2014.
Wow. It's old, but not that old. Alright.
But if it was set only 4 years ago, why would there still be calling a bar a disco? That was like something they did in like the 1980s.
Well, it's not in America.
Yeah, probably not, since it's set in Spanish. I don't know.
It's Abingdon, Oxfordshire country.
I don't know what that is.
That's not the United States.
Let me look that up and see where that is.
Learn. It's time to learn. Alfred would be proud.
Google Maps. I don't even know if this is a real place, but I'm gonna look it up.
You should change the Google Maps thing so that it looks like an actual, so it's the actual pictures.
Abingdon.
Oxfordshire. You can spell that, right? How far is that from us?
Oxfordshire Country Council, Abington Social Service Department D.
That doesn't seem quite right.
Well, I think that's probably somewhere within that area. Where is this?
Non-United States, I'll bet.
It's like 4,000 miles from here.
Yep.
Let me zoom out and see if I can figure out where it is.
And it's not loading.
Oxford. London. So it's somewhere in England? Maybe?
Apparently so. Oh, right, on with the game.
Okay, if it exists, it's somewhere in England. Anyways.
Hurricane, Utah. It's a real place.
It is?
Yeah.
Oh. Is it like spoopy?
It's just Utah.
I came to this town with only 4,000 inhabitants to support them in an investigation. Truth is that never in my life have I seen something this strange. I won't say your typical detective-ish nonsense that I have seen thousands of strange things in my life. How long have we been recording?
20 years. Oh, wait, I have no idea.
I don't actually think it says. Oh, it was like 30 minutes. Okay, we're
Yeah,
good.
it hasn't been an hour, so.
I've seen thousands of strange things in my life. I've seen many crimes, yes. Some difficult to solve. But all of them were human. Even if you don't know how they managed to perpetrate the crime, you know that they are people like anyone else. In this case, I don't think I'm able to say the same thing. The truth is that I can't understand what happened. I was called for the disappearance of a man named Matthew Graham. 23 years. Single. The last time he was seen was returning home from a Halloween party. He had drank alcohol but was still sober, or at least that's what witnesses said. Anyways, this was not something which can be explained with simple drunkenness. He apparently got lost on his way home and decided to enter the forest called Oakwood. Had rained yesterday and the ground was wet and muddy. We would easily find his traces, which were leading deep inside the forest. Apparently, he walked for 3 hours before stopping. I say stop, but the truth is we don't know what happened then. The track suddenly ended up in a clearing in the forest, and that's all. There was no evidence of struggle, no other trace, or pieces of clothing on the ground. There was no blood, no footprints, anything else. The depth of his last footprints and the position that they were in indicated that he was still walking. At no point he stood still. It was as if he still forgot the period. It was as if, forgot the space. It was as if he had vaporized in the air. With all his clothes, in the middle of his walk. Obviously, I can't believe such a thing. But I can't give another explanation. The only thing I remembered is that near the footprints, I sensed a faint smell of rot. However, there were no animal corpses nearby. It is ridiculous to think he suddenly started to decay and became earth.
Maybe he just stood there for a very long time until someone reported that he was missing.
I don't know. In the end, the case was closed in just 3 days. With no evidence of any kind, we couldn't say anything, but he had decided to escape from the village. However, while officially there was no more I could do, I couldn't sleep in peace. Thinking about what could have happened to him took away my sleep. In my mind, I thought all sorts of theories. Like maybe everything was a plan developed by Matthew, but in the end, they all seemed impossible. I decided to investigate more on the issue. I searched the town for similar stories, and to my surprise, I found 4 more.
Bum, bum, bum.
All young men. The story was always the same. They walked into the forest alone, disappearing without traces.
They were sucked into dating sims.
Even more curious is that all of them disappeared on the same date, October 31st. But there is more. A detail that is completely eliminated, the possibility that there is a killer or kidnapper behind this, is that the separation of the years. Roger Bacon? Okay, seriously?
It's the real last name.
Disappeared in 1924. Mitchell Smith, disappeared in 1867. Jason Black, disappeared in 1813.
That's some pretty far back records.
And the worst of all, Oswald Taylor, disappeared in 1707.
Wait, what? How do you have these dates?
Probably family legends.
They probably found it on Wikipedia.
No, if stories like this stay in the family, I know that my great-grandpa got drowned in mud in Mexico by a police officer of the Mexican police.
That's an interesting story.
Yeah. Don't ever go to Mexico, kids. It simply couldn't be possible. My curiosity led me to dig deeper. Oh yeah, since they're separated so vastly, it couldn't have been a human kidnapper because they happened at least some of them were 100 years apart.
Unless it was a dating sim character. I've heard that they live forever.
Okay, let's be serious.
It could have been a vampire.
My curiosity led me to dig deeper. I thought that the answers may be in the past of the forest. It was then when I discovered that what seemed to be a simple and boring forest actually had a great story. Before it was called Oakwood or Oaks Forest, the place was called Wychwood. The words white has a huge similarity to witch. Taking into consideration that it is an old name and languages change over time, that indicates that it was the forest of witches.
Definitely.
Apparently, more than 400 years ago, the people of the village believed witches lived in the woods. Unfortunately, almost all the information is already lost. They were stories told in voice, without a properly written record. I just know that with the change of religion to Christian, people stopped seeing the witches with good eyes and began to hunt them. Apparently, the last one before her death cast a curse on the forest, which even today should continue to exist. Anyway, obviously I cannot accept something like that as an answer. In the end, I have no other choice than accepting that each one of them escaped from the village, using the legend of the forest to make it look like it was something supernatural.
Did the music change?
It just stopped. Oh, now it changed. It's like bongos.
Wait, I can't hear it.
Interesting story. I didn't know such a story was hiding in this town. I sit honestly surprised. Even if it is a lie, it managed to hold my interest. Wait, there's... Oh, that's you.
Wait! There is something more.
Alfred said. At the same time, he scrolls to the comments.
Oh no, the comments section.
We read what is written there. A couple of comments call our attention. Both of them talk about some creature. At the time, they had felt a horrible fear for what could happen to them. While the two comments share great similarities, but they could have been written by the same person. There are many others that deny it. Looks like many people went to the forest because of the legend, couldn't find anything.
I thought that you only read these things to look more cool before the girls.
Before. Replied Stephen as a joke. Alfred giggles with a little shame.
Tee. Partly, yes.
He admitted it. That was a secret everyone silently knew.
Well, well. Now we have an activity for tonight.
Have you guys learned nothing from horror games?
I know, it's like 2014.
Steven said at the same time he makes a face overflowing with enthusiasm. What? I completely lost. I thought we were just killing time.
Simple. Let's go to that forest.
Imbeciles. Steven replied without hesitation. He seemed really fascinated by the story.
Are you insane?
Said Alfred, unable to believe what he had just heard. You only needed to look at his face to know he did not like the idea.
Despite everything you've heard, you want to go? Of course, it would be a test of courage among us three. Nope.
Replied Stephen, full of confidence, perhaps too much. You should relax a bit.
Don't tell me you're afraid.
No, he's Alfred.
Don't tell me you're Alfred. No, why should I be afraid?
Because you might just evaporate into decomposing smell.
I am an intelligent lad.
Answered Alfred. At the same time, he folds his arms, making a false gesture of security. It's more than obvious that you are afraid, Alfred. I feel like the things that are said out loud should have, quotations.
It has the name of the person saying it. That's what's different. Because Axel is the narrator, I think.
Almost as much as when you have to talk with a girl.
And what about you, Axel? Don't tell me you won't come.
Suddenly Steve asked me at the same time, looking at me mockingly.
Don't tell me you want to be the chicken of the group.
I hate that tone of voice he used. I will never give you that. I said without thinking, showing a confident smile and look.
Well, let's not say more. Take your coats, backpacks, flashlights, and some food. We are going to the forest.
Isn't it like 3 p.m. right now? Like in their time?
Yeah. For us, it's 9:30, but...
Yeah. It's spoopy time. Steven said, full of energy. Yeah!
Yeah!
You were late.
Yeah.
We three said in unison as if we were going to have some kind of private party. Wait, I thought 2 of them didn't like the idea. Why are they cheering?
Woohoo! Let's do something I don't want to!
Not really knowing what we were doing or what we were going to find. I think this is a good place to stop. Considering we've been going for 45 minutes.
Continue.
Let's just stop and then keep making videos. Alright.
It's 2:13 a.m.
We're gonna, like, stop, so if you don't wanna, like... We're gonna make more than one video, but we're gonna stop this one here so it doesn't become too long like Doki Doki, and which is not finished yet because Susanna's still at band contest for, like, the 3rd time this month. Coming soon. Bye.